Hello guys, I hope we're doing alright. And I want to start today with a question. And the question is, what if you had all the answers within yourself? What if you never had to go out and search for the answers, search for the solutions to your challenges? And that's my question to you. And also, in a large extent, you might see the truth in this. Because I feel that we're watching this podcast, or listening to this podcast, for one or two reasons. One, because we have pain, we have challenges that we have in our life that we want to overcome, that we want to solve, and we'll find solutions to that. Or we are listening to this because we want to grow, because we're already at a good stage, but we want to find the next level. Next level and next understanding or new understandings. And I've certainly been on both sides of the fence, and sometimes they can feel similar, but sometimes it's like, I've got to learn this now, and other times it's like, I just want to see where the ceiling is. Because oftentimes we have challenges in our life with our dyslexia, and then we, like, very big challenges, and then we go through hell and back trying to solve them. And then we solve that challenge, and then we realize, oh no, I thought my limitations were here, but I overcame it, and now I'm here. And now I'm so much more higher, but now it's not a case of like my back is against the wall. Now it's a case of, let's see where the actual ceiling is, or let's see how many more barriers I can break through. And you keep on learning, keep on growing. In a sense, that's like a cycle of growth. But today we're talking about, what if the answers are in ourselves? What if to find the solutions to our challenges, that we don't have to go something out there to find it, but we can find something inside ourselves. And this does come with the whole concept of coaching. This whole concept of really realizing that, hold on, like, we can find this ourselves. Anyway, I'll do my little intro thing and then I'll start my podcast.
So the big question is this: how can dyslexics like us create a place, a community, a tribe, where people at any stage at life can come and solve any challenge, amplify their strengths, and ultimately help them become who they were meant to be? Or in other words, conquer their dyslexia. That is the question, and this show is the answer. My name's Theo Goff, and welcome to the Conquering Dyslexia podcast.
So, the actual podcast about this notion that, what if we find all the solutions ourselves? And I often mention with coaching, is often this analogy that always hits me, is that no matter how much we think we know, no matter how much we think we research, or that we study, or that we read, we can never see, we always miss out things that a coach can see. I remember, like, you see all the top athletes in the world, they all have coaches, even though that they could beat the coaches all the time. Even though the coaches are in the prime, they could still beat them. And even though but coaches, like, there's so many good purposes of having a coach. But like, I heard it explained to me once so clearly, and just made so much sense. Is that we as individuals, we're in the forest, aren't we? We're in the forest of life. We're going through things, challenges come up, we solve them, and we're dealing with things day to day. But if we're in the forest, we can sometimes, one thing, we can sometimes get lost in the forest, not know where we're going on, or like not understand our map as well. But what a coach can do, or like what someone outside can do, like an external person can look at the forest as a whole, can be in this helicopter from a bird's eye view and see the forest as a whole. Whether us as individuals, we're inside it. Like, we can see the trees, we can see the details, but coaches can see the whole forest, and they can spot things that we miss out. They can find patterns, and they can and that they can find, oh wait, you're doing this because of this, or they can see things that we just have blind spots for. And no matter how smart we are, no matter how we are, we always have blind spots. Everyone does. Every human being does. It's a part of the human condition. Everyone has blind spots. Everyone has things that we forget to see in ourselves. Because like, oftentimes, life isn't about one way. Life isn't about only this way. Life is holistic. Life is multifaceted in all these different elements. And it's not about only one thing. It's not about just having fun. It's not about just your career or just your business. It's not about just your family. It's this whole scope of things. It's not about just happiness. Happiness is an incredibly important part. Not a lot of people focus on that, but it's not about just that. And that's especially what a coach can do. But a lot of times it's that they never, not that they never, but coaches are really, really good for if you get like a good coach that this video is, the reason why I'm talking about coaching is, well, yes, I'm starting my coaching like today. I'm so excited for that. I'm doing it free, by the way, and having like only a few little spots, but I'm sure that'll fill up really soon. But I'm saying this is that, like, just to know this information, and you don't have to pay for a coach. You can like have a friend to be like an accountability partner, or you can speak to someone and be like, look, be honest, be this, be that, or you can like, or another way, journaling is a I would say it has so many other benefits, but it could be a subpar way of coaching. Because you can reflect on yourself, like look at yourself saying, yes, I did write this down, but you can see it out loud. Like speak, when you think of something, it's different than speaking it. Speaking it, you feel differently. So coaching is like they don't, when you're speaking, like they oftentimes don't give you ideas. They oftentimes don't give you concepts or give you the solutions. You would say the challenge, and then they would ask you questions to enable you to go to the solution. It's like you mean like at work, oh, I'm struggling with this, or like these people won't listen to me, or my boss is finding it really, really hard. To go, oh, okay, why is that? And go, my boss is finding it really, really hard. Like let's say about my dyslexia. My boss just told me off about that I keep on getting like the spelling things wrong in the email, and I send it to the clients, and the boss having go at me, so like say I can't do it again. But then like me as a dyslexic person, like let's say with Moan saying, I told my boss I'm dyslexic, I told my boss these things, blah 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 blah. And I'm trying my best, and I'm working 3 times hard on like each email than everyone else in the office would be. Okay. And like I could say things like, okay, what do you think about your boss? Why is your boss doing that? My boss doing that is because he he doesn't like me, hates thinks that I'm down because of dyslexia and all this other stuff. The boss could go, okay, no, sorry, the coach could, okay, is there any solutions, or what do you think you could do to make it work with your boss, or to get you working better? Oh, if I had this software, if I had this, if I could speak to these colleagues, if I had this, like this and this and this, like other solutions. Okay, what do you need to do that? Well, I'd have to ask my boss for it. Okay, how could you ask your boss for it? I'd have to like set up a meeting. Okay, how could you speak to your boss in a way that wouldn't be like an emotionally charged way, like you're attacking, or how could it be not? Your boss see it as like a negative? Oh, sorry, your boss could see it like a negative for the company. And then I could speak about this way. This is how it benefit me. This is how it make me more productive. This is how my work could go better. Okay, so you have these points that you want to set up the meeting. You spoke to your boss, like that kind of thing, like a step-by-step process of asking questions. And it's effective questions, because so oftentimes we can get caught up in the minutiae of, I want to say excuses, the minutiae of our emotional reactions to things. Because we're emotional creatures. We emotionally react all the time. And sometimes it's hard for us to, sometimes, like, talking about other stuff, but it's easy for us to blame others for the way they treat us because of our dyslexia. It's easy. It's an easy way for us to blame that, saying this is why we can't do this is why we can't do that, this is why we can't work on ourselves in these areas. And when we talk like that, or when we think like that, then it would stop us. It would stop us taking the necessary steps. But I mean, that's the whole reason why I came to Thailand to teach English in schools, which I did do for a while. And now I've got this other job, and I am going to be leaving soon to go back to the UK, but that's the process that's happening. But in all these other instances, I never really highlighted that I was dyslexic. Like this like people I work with now, they're amazing. But I'm very, very open about my dyslexia, and the biggest way I do that is always make jokes. I always make jokes, and in no way whatsoever I ever like say sorry for it. You see what I mean? No way I ever say, oh, I can't do something because of my dyslexia. Or no way I ever, like, feel that I'm not, like, valuable or not this or not that. And it all comes down to, like, strengths and weaknesses. And so dyslexia, it makes you like weaknesses with work, weaknesses with like reading and writing, and often maybe times organization, maybe times this, maybe times that. And I know like a lot of times we do have a lot of like organization, a lot of this, a lot of that. And I know I cannot do some of things. Like when I say I can't do it, as in it would take me a lot more effort to do it than someone else. Same thing with reading and writing, but that's like in the hundreds of times more effort. And when it comes to that, I just know it for, like straightforward. Like I just say, is there anything I can like if when it's something like that, something that I know I'm not good at, or something that I don't fully understand. You know what I mean? Like I'll pick something up, I don't know exactly where to put it. And I know if I try to put it somewhere, I'll just get it wrong. And with that, I just want to make like if I need to help out, I'll make it clear. Okay, exactly what I need to do by asking. But it's all the case of just being open about your strengths and about your weaknesses. But, oh yeah, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. I'm not saying you can't do things because of your weaknesses. You can go, okay, I can do that, I can try. But just being open, saying, I'll be better at doing this and this and this. And all it is being confident in yourself and not letting it stop you, or in any way, in any shape, and in any form. And that comes with time, that comes with practice, that comes with determination. In a sense, it's like now, it's a lot easier for me now to do it. But before in the past, I would get emotional. It would be like, I'll do this. You know what I mean? Like I would think about it and I'd be like, I will do this. Like this thing won't stop me. Like I want to prove to you I can do. So it's like now it's like for me personally, and I want us to get all to the stage of this. It's like people say, oh, can you do this because you're dyslexic, or oh, are you able to do this, or are you able to do this? I can kind of like in my head I laugh because it's like I've done a lot with my dyslexia. Like this is no challenge, and it's like because I've done so much with it, this little thing here wouldn't be like, oh no, it's a big challenge. Before, like when what I was getting told to me by my parents, by my school, was saying that you can't do these things. These things will be a challenge to you. This is why you only could become a builder or whatever. But now, because I've overcame those things, I destroyed those little beliefs through action. Then I learned how to do it. Then I learned how to, like, there's always ways around it. Like what I say, there's 3 ways to solve any problem. 1, you fix the actual problem. You get better at reading and writing. Number 2, you find a workaround. Number 3, change your your perception on it. And now 9 times out of 10, well, pretty much 99 times out of 10 with something like this, that people are like, oh, you sure you can do this? I'll be like, yes. And how I could do it is just find a workaround. You give me this, and like you give me this responsibility, and more often than not, it would come down to me getting someone else help me on it. More often than not, a lot of times it'll be a technology, but a lot of times we're like, hey, can you just look over this quick, or like, do you mind just looking at this, or like, I'll just bring it to someone and say, does this make sense, or something along those lines, like a workaround. But that workaround wouldn't be like in the conversation say, can you do this, yes or no? This is my responsibility, I can get this done. I may not get it done in the way that you want me to, but I see that as more of your problem, not me problem by the end of the day. So guys, so I want to talk about the coaching here. Coaching is incredibly valuable, but the thing is, the reason why it's valuable because it gets rid of all the rubbish that we always think, or the patterns that we hear, and it kind of raises our standard a lot on who we are, about what we do, and all these other things. And like one, I would say you get people to keep you accountable and keep you like with the high standard and stuff. And number 2, try and coach yourself now and again. Try and coach yourself on things that you want to do or things that you want to achieve. Because oftentimes we know how to coach. When I say coaching, it's like being your smarter self. What would this person do, or what would that person do? That's coaching. Like, you know what I mean? If you see yourself in 10 years' time, this amazing person, you have a vision for yourself, and then you want to do something, like take some action. Like now, you find it hard to go, what would I do 10 years from now? You know what I mean? What would this person do? then that's part of coaching. It's like, okay, what would my higher self do? Or it's like coaching is just asking you the most relevant questions, the most smart questions, or the most like timed question. Like, why is that? Or why do I actually feel like this? Or what could be a possible solution to this? Like, questions are so valuable in ourselves and moving us forward. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. And if you want free coaching, completely free, and it's about, it's two-sided. One is like the coaching aspect, asking questions, like having you find the solutions, but also I've been through nearly almost all the challenges there is when it comes to dyslexia, and I've like lived through it, have it very severely, and I've created my own solutions. You know what I mean? It's also like having, like, giving the actual coaching side of things and giving you solutions. So it's like the both. It's like a balance. Anyway, guys, I'll leave a link down below. We can sign up for that, all that kind of stuff. Hope you're doing good, guys. Anyway, take care, farewell, and bye.